Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is The Journey, and we're here with Adelaide United here in Season 2. Today we have got Western United away in Melbourne for the replay of last year's Grand Final. We've had the World Cup gone, and we have a new World Cup winner, and there's no surprise to who've won it, but we'll go and touch on that officially in a second. And our start of the year has been pretty good. And as you can see, there's 3 teams on 13 points to start this season, which just shows that the A-League, yet again, is proving to be a little bit competitive. We beat the Newcastle Jets, who then won every game since then. We beat them 3-2. That was in a friendly. There we are. Apologies. But we played Brisbane Roar in the last episode, which is fine. We played Perth Glory, we won 3-1. Brisbane Roar again, where we got very lucky. We rotated because the World Cup games are pretty squished together. Because of that, how are you, Dim? Good to see you, mate. It wasn't the greatest performance. We did score a set piece with Osama Malik late, which is great. And then FM decided to say, you've won too many games, sorry. And 27 shots this morning I had before work, 14 on target, XG of 2.8. And we drew 1-1 to MacArthur, who FM'd us out of the FFA Cup, and now have FM'd us out of a league win. Last year it was Brisbane Roar until the semi-final. This year it seems to be MacArthur is the team that seems to just have the wood over us. It is what it is. We then played Melbourne Victory in the original derby. Decided not to give you that because Melbourne Victory have been very hit and miss in this save. Mikel Haruna, Lukman Haruna. I keep saying Mikel Haruna, I don't know why. But Lukman Haruna, celebrating a new contract with the club. He's been complaining about one. Finally, didn't want a designated spot, but just a normal spot, which he currently occupies. Gave him a new deal and celebrated with a hat-trick, which is always great. And then Sevillana getting another goal for the club as well. It is really proving we have the best midfield in the league. And as you can see there, the boys having a very good game out all across the park. So we currently sit equal top. We do have the best goal difference by a little bit here. We scored the most goals. We have conceded 4, which is unlike us as well this year. Usually we're pretty good defensively, don't score enough, but, it's not a bad problem to have. And at the moment, 3 teams on 13 points. If we can just continue to keep on winning and put some gap away to that, top 6 sides, and then obviously gap towards 7th, and then we can start focusing on actually winning and going back-to-back minor premierships. On top of that, like I mentioned, the World Cup has been and gone, and no surprises in saying that England are defending champions because England won it. Out of every FM save I've done this year, so there's 4 or 5 saves that I've done, they've won the World Cup 3 or 4 out of the 5 times. I think the only time I haven't seen someone win the World Cup is they lost in the final to France, who happens to be the World Cup that they played here. So I see this happen a lot. I know like last year I had Turkey win it, I had Denmark win a World Cup in 2022, etc. Every single time I load into a save, England always win the World Cup. It's just, FM just kind of just having a moment saying that England are great. England will always bottle a World Cup, I do feel. In terms of like all of that as well, if you want to have a look through what happened, Scotland played Argentina in a 3rd place playoff. Please tell me England and Scotland semi-final. Oh, it nearly was. Could you imagine England-Scotland final in the World Cup? Scotland made the semi-final of the 2022 World Cup. There's your shock, ladies and gentlemen, as well. Who did they beat in the quarter-final? Scotland in extra time beat Belgium 2-0. This would have been an FMing. Not really. Scotland playing unreal. What was the Scottish side like? Yeah, McTominay, Gilmore, Christie's, Andy Robertson leading the way with Tyrini, McIntyre, Cooper, Gunn, Adams and Grant. Jeez, okay, fair enough. And then as you can see there, France knocked out Brazil in a thriller. England beat Ireland, who made it there too. England, Ireland, Scotland for a World Cup quarter-final. Don't see that too often at all. Argentina knocking out Germany, and then let's just see how they got there here. Germany 3-0, Argentina knocked out Portugal, big game. France defeated the Congo, Brazil beat Nigeria, Ireland beat Croatia, England needed penalties to beat Canada, Belgium needed extra time to beat Mexico, and Scotland went penalty shootout extra time World Cup semi-final. Wow, and they beat Spain in the shootout in Scotland. Wowzers. Yeah, I'll say Spain probably deserved to win the game, but credit again to Scotland, who did enough to get through. In terms of the group stage, there's all the groups. If you want to have a pause and have a look for how everyone did, there you are. No troubles and no kinds of that. Italy making the 3rd place of the group. It's in we can't make it in real life. And Australia finished 3rd on goal difference to Belgium, and Croatia won all 3 games. We beat the USA 2-1. The USA beat Belgium 1-0. And Belgium beat us 3-0 to make it in through the group on goal difference. Unfortunate for the lads. In terms of that, no other big surprises and shocks, I don't think. But if you do want to have a pause and have a look through, there you go for the World Cup and everything there. In terms of the squad itself, Decker has been training at like a 9 every time. if he's going to grow this much at 16, this kid's going to play not just in Australia. He's going to play in Europe, and he's going to play for a big boy club in Europe, because this kid is absolutely looking a monster, physically a monster, mentally starting to grow into a monster, technically looking to become a monster. There's definitely a world where he might even place Bernardo by the end of the year just because of how good he is, but we don't need to do that because the boys are all looking fantastic at the minute with the full strength side. In terms of all of that, there's nothing else really to write home about. This, second season is more about how many games can we get through. Less episodes the better, because we can get to the Champions League, group stages, etc., etc. We may as well have a look who won the Asian Champions League. We saw who the quarterfinals were last episode, the episode before. So we'll just have a quick look there. It was Gangwon who beat Al Sayed in a penalty shootout. There we go. And Ulsan, who won it a couple of years ago, I know that, lost there as well. No dramas there. Asian Champions League will be scheduled on Sunday the 1st of January 2023 and due to start on the 11th of January 2023. So we don't get a group stage draw on the 1st, but there'll be on the 11th, there'll be preliminary champions rounds, and then that will obviously go into a playoff, as you can see here. And then you're looking at another playoff, and then there should be a group stage draw on the 7th of February. So we won't know our group to the 7th of Feb. I'm definitely telling you right now for next episode. It's the 7th of February. How many games will we miss? Who do we play? Either side of that. So we've got a game against Wellington Phoenix, who had a really good year last year, and Perth Glory. It may be Wellington Phoenix group stage, or it may be somewhere else. It might be someone else. But yeah, who would we miss do we play Wellington Phoenix there? You just miss Perth, Western. Okay, you don't miss maybe Sydney. It might be a big game, or Melbourne City. But look, that's not bad. This season's all about getting to the Champions League. There we go. In terms of the team, it is going to be as you see it on paper, because we're yet to lose in a while, and it's very similar to the team that did beat Western United in the final, with arguably a touch better quality in the middle of the park, and Kakeras playing through the middle. Vukovic is in goals. Lopez has had a stellar season in his last year of professional football. Ansel and Malik looking fantastic together, and Malik's already scored 3 goals this season, Ansel 2. So I've already got 5 goals for the boys as well. At the back, Hermes then rounds that one there off with a great average rating. Isaias, Haruna, and Saravana are playing out of their skin. Bernardo's probably been the one that's been a little bit disappointing, but at the same stage, he's averaging a 6.86, a 6.97 overall. That ain't bad for a 17, 18-year-old playing out there. Nestry's playing out of his skin, already got 4 goals this year. Kakeras yet to get a goal, but averaging over a 7. His link-up play has been a delight. He's always been the passer to the passer. I'm still waiting for the game where he just goes, you know what, I'm just going to score today and score a hat-trick, because that's how it'll go. And there's the boys on the bench. Not a problem at all. Robbie Cruz slowly coming back from injury. He may not even make the bench for us anymore. And Mo Toure scored in a goal in a game that he did start in, and he won't make the bench today because Zach Klopp, Decker, and Nichols get ahead of him. Derigo, Ryan Kiddo, Jacob Track to provide a little bit more as well. And there we go. Main reason for Jacob Track has just been Lopez's injury worries, just taking him off and putting another right back out there, or Jacobson would normally make the bench. In terms of the team, though, that is your team that is starting today, and they're the boys. In terms of the Western United side, similar side to what I versed in the final last year. Only thing I would say is Bernie Abini, who rejected a contract to go in Western United over me, starting on the right-hand side. He is quality, Mr. Bernie Abini. 6'2" with those physicals. I'm telling you right now, if we signed him, Bernardo, as much as I love you, and he's been called up for the under-23 squad, currently filming this at halftime at the Adelaide United semi-final against Melbourne City in real life, that I'm watching here after work. I would have played him over Bernardo, I think. International 30s of age. Just, yeah, don't know why. He didn't want to come to me. He stated that he reckoned Western United squad's better than mine. I beat him 5-1 in a grand final. Yeah. FM. Dim saying he's not too bad. Finished season 1 with his grasshopper save and got my intake, which was air. Now got pre-contracts coming in. Nice, Dim. Always nice to get on that grind as well. And if you do want to interact more with the chat, there, YouTube, or with the Discord, or keep up to date with other people's saves, even provide me updates of your saves, questions, anything like that. The links are down below to interact. Currently live on stream. Most of my games, you can watch live and stay up to date with. Links are down below. You also got the Discord links. You can leave a comment. You can like and you can subscribe if you are loving the Journeyman. This is my first ever Journeyman as well, by the way. So pretty cool concept if we actually get a couple big name jobs down the line. Anyway, Collins on the ball and Brown and Corinne. And he funds Diamante and Prijovic And Bernardo picks that one up and drives. And there goes Bernardo, driving for the heart. Gets tackled and falls to Bernie Abini. Great ball out there. Javi Lopez was already committing forward, waiting for the ball to get over to him. And now, in the end, it's backstick to Abini, who should have scored. And, yeah, we won the title. We won the Bina Premiership and then the actual A-League in general through the final series last year, Forza. It's a bit different in Australia compared to other leagues. But, yeah, we won everything. Kikeris finds Nestri. His effort is blocked. But I mean, won everything. I wasn't in the FA Cup last year because the game already simulated past the stage that the game starts in. We lost in the quarterfinal. And saying that, I got beat second round here by MacArthur this year. So, 13 minutes played, 0-0. Been the slightly better side here. We've been better on the ball, 96% pass completion. Possession's pretty good. But would love us to go out there and just be a little bit more clinical or get that first goal. We know that Western United last year had an insane goals-to-goal ratio last year. It was like 33, scored 52 goals, most goals in the league, with an XG of 33. In comparison, I scored like 50 with an XG of like 48, which meant if I scored like they did with XG, we would have had a crazy amount of goals. In the end, they go long, and Pirovic is a big boy, and he does win the header, and it falls to Diamante. And Western United known for this pretty long ball to a few of the bigger boys up top in Pirovic. And that's just kind of the game plan, and we've been beat by it, and we're 1-0 down. And there you go. Not often that we've been behind here in charge of Adelaide United, but we are 1-0 down. It is my first game on the stream. It is I've never been a fan of playing the first game on a stream as a YouTube episode, and especially being the first game of the stream. Usually ends in a loss. I just feel like there's just some really bad juju with that. But yeah, as you can see, they're absolutely dominating in terms of chances created and possession, but conceding. This year, even though I have a better back four than last year, we concede a lot more than last season. Don't know why. And we have a better midfield too, so it makes no sense to me. Anyway, with the same roles and same, everything. Anyway, Mikel Haruna, Isaias, Haruna, Bernardo, Kikeris, does well. Haruna, great ball out to Nestri, good touch. Has Hermes, who's on the overlapping run, that's outside the box. I've just got a feeling here, boys, that if we're getting these highlights and they're just scoring on any long ball, we're going to get beat here and FM'd. Should have been FM'd by MacArthur, but mercifully at least got a point. And at the moment, I know we've got plenty of time here, but when you're 1-0 down and you already had 10 shots in the game or 9 shots, you start thinking about getting FM'd. Isaias backstick and cleared away. This year, if we don't win everything, it's a kind of a pointless year. I guess the Asian Champions League is all that matters, but it would be a pointless year, I would feel. Corner for Isaias, we've been good from these this year. Ball into Nicky Ansell, and there we go. Look, it sums up this year, really. We've been scoring a lot of chances. We've been doing quite well with the ball. Possession's been great. We have conceded pretty much every chance, basically, that you see we concede. But we've scored a lot. That's our 6th corner goal at a minimum. And that's just from the 2 centre-backs. So, yeah, I'm kind of sick of the match engine so far. Every goal we see is a set-piece goal, basically. But, look, it's 1-1, and there we go. I still want to see a bit more beautiful football goals be rewarded, because clearly we're creating, as we've had 10 shots and, in the half, and good amount of possession in the ball. And the ball usage has been high quality. Anyway, Ansell from centre-back driving on. I love this as a ball-playing defender. Bernardo's going to get there. Wheels around. Kikeris should have scored. Straight at Young. Don't know why he's gone near stick there. If he goes across the keeper, it's 2-1 and we're Bob's uncle. But instead, it's 1-1. And a throw in now for Brown. Throws it down the line. Diamante can turn, and he looks for Theo Hadras. It would be against the run of play yet again if they score. Throw-in highlights are usually paramount on FM, as the ball has been headed straight to Danny Vukovic. Maybe we can build from the back in the 52nd minute. Vukovic rolls it out, hopefully. Yeah, other thing, we've got a way better keeper than last year too. Still conceding way too many goals for my liking. Anyway, Saravana, looking for Kikeris. That ball is not on. What are you looking at, buddy? Diamante. This is not good, because they are building out quite nicely and got numbers in half spaces here. Diamante again picking it up, their most influential player. Decent ball towards Bernie Abini, knocked down. Omnestri's been tackled, falls to Abini, chip back stick, Diamante heads, and wow, what a header. 2-1 down, an absolute big mistake from Saravana to give them back the ball. We've been absolutely dominant here, and we're 2-1 down to Western United. Thank God it didn't happen in the final last year, but that's definitely a goal and it's been given. Saravana with the mistake. Just a mistake and a long ball that's been punted with a flick on. What a header that is from Diamante. And then, yeah, I just don't understand what is going on here tonight. Free kick now. Chips one in there, cleared away. Not particularly great. Been the dominant side. 2-1 down. Kakaris, Saravana hits over the bar by a mile. I'm taking him off. He's had a stinker. And I am going to go 4-2-1 to Dim as well. Saravana is going to come off. Kakaris is going to move into the Mazzala. Bernardo is going to stay as it is. And Joel Decker is going to go out there. And Neshri for Clough. And actually move these two around, I reckon. Oh, no, we'll leave Decker as the pressing forward and Clough there. We do have Javi Lopez being dead, but I don't want to waste a defensive change if I need to go for it. Been much the better side, and we find ourselves 2-1 down. It's not pretty. It's not happy. I'm not loving this at all. Hermes now. Just don't know what it is defensively that is the issue. We just concede every chance at the minute. It just feels that way. Every chance you see in-game. Maybe I have to come off key highlights. We're getting FM because we're on key highlights. There was a period on FM a couple of updates ago where I'd only play on extended because every time I played on key, I would get FM'd. Every time I play extended because you get to see more highlights, win every game like 6-1. Maybe I have to start doing that with Adelaide United because we're that dominant and the FM can't handle it. Javi Lopez now. Back to Ansel. Isaias needs the options. Bernardo, Clough, Decker, straight at the keeper. It's not our day, man. We've missed too many big clear-cut chances. Too many big clear-cut chances. Young Joel Decker off the bench, straight at the keeper. 19 shots, 10 on target, 2-1 down. It's not our day at all here. You can just kind of feel it. You know it's not. Jacob Tratt's going to come out there. And there we are. 80 minutes played, 20 shots, 11 on target. And we're about to relinquish top spot. Not even a highlight. Another big 1-on-1 missed. For all the domination, all the play, it's a long ball and a set piece. It's going to cost us here. It's a highlight, but realistically, it's just going to be a Western United highlight. And we're going to lose 3-1. No way we should be. Tratt, free header. Could have headed it back to his keeper or to a teammate. Gives him back the ball. Wow. This is so out of... FM, the first FMing for the YouTube series. A proper FMing, huh? Absolute proper FMing. The first one of probably plenty that we'll see here on YouTube. Usually just cop them on stream because they're usually in games that you expect to win. This was just a replay of last year's grand final. Western United have taken revenge. Maybe one last for all the dice. Decker picks it up. Looks for Zach Clough. Can he be an instant hero? Clough got no one around him. Has to go. Referee says it's a pen. I don't think it is. It's pointless. It's not a pen. It's going to be waved away. Surely it will be waved away. He won the ball from front on. He's given it. Oh my God, big moment. Zach Clough is our second best penalty take at the club and up he steps. Zachy Clough with a chance for 2-2. Never a penalty ever. Zachy Clough, step back and make yourself a hero. Steps back and sends the keeper the wrong way. And somehow we have got a draw from nothing. We don't deserve to get a draw. We deserve to win. There is no way that this is a penalty in the world of penalties. But there we go. Never, ever, ever. Clough's got not much on. Does the right thing to try and find someone to cut it back to. You have got Keris making a run. Definitely from front on. He's won the ball, Cricks. You might say that maybe his front leg catches Clough first, then he wins the ball. It's from front on in the 93rd minute and he's won the ball and the ball's come this way. He's definitely won the ball. So for me, never a penalty. We get lucky. But the fact that we need to get lucky in the 94th minute to find a penalty to go 2-2 is utterly ludicrous. Lacroix pointing at the referee saying, nah, it's a pen, get out of here, mate. We don't need to see the highlight again of him scoring. There's a celebration. Well, we didn't lose. I guess we can take that positive. Negative there. We've conceded twice to absolute nothingness and we've had 20-something shots and not scored enough goals. Is it time maybe to start thinking about the pressing forward? The false 9 changing to maybe another option. Look at that. XG of 3.1, 22 shots, 13 on target. Last year, we just weren't conceding many. This year, I feel like we're conceding too much. Maybe we'll have a look at that before we end it. Look, I'm going to keep my roll high as well. I know we don't have the best attack in the league, but it's still an attack that should score goals. So, yeah. Let's go have a look at that. How many goals have we conceded? In 6 games, we conceded 6 goals, so we're conceding a goal a game. That is not good enough for us if we think we're as good as we think we are. On top of that being said there, as well as in terms of teams detailed, our XG is 13.9, so 14, we scored 16. That's about standard, nothing to complain about there. But yeah, expected goals against. Expected goals against is 3.6, and we've already conceded double, which is 6. If we're going to concede double the amount of XG to goals this season, then we've not had a good year. In comparison, last year we barely conceded. This year, so far, even though we've got a better back four, a better midfield three, and a better keeper, we're conceding double the amount of XG we go in the league through 6 games. Now, that ain't good enough at all. Look, at the end of the day, we're still top somehow. We did win against Western United in the grand final. Tonight, we needed a 94th minute penalty to get ourselves a draw, to find an equaliser. But realistically, we should have gone there. We should have pumped them, and we absolutely played out of our skin. But yet again, it's another draw. It's another game conceded in. And hopefully, this is not a spark in one of these little tricky runs. We need to find a way to go on a run and try and build on a lead here in the A-League, so we can go back-to-back like last year. From Damon and everybody else here, I'll see you next time. It will be for that draw and probably Wellington Phoenix, but it will be important to see who we get in the Asian Champions League. Till then, I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.